honored speakers, friends, families, co-workers, and community members for being here tonight. Before we get with going with the main speakers, I'd like to say a few words about Todd. For me, it's no surprise we're here to swear Todd Dodge in as our new chief of the Greenfield Police. I remember 26 years ago, back when Todd and I were making a long trek down to the police academy in Agawam. Every night, on our way home, he would talk about the day's topics and quiz each other. Once we graduated, Todd came out of the gate running. Todd was always at the top of the pack when it came to work productivity. He would constantly push the boundaries of the law and the supervisors. True. Todd believed that constant work in the areas of policing that make you feel uncomfortable would only help you succeed and become a better cop. Todd's push to become a confident, well-rounded police officer was seen every day. Todd was our first and only corporal. He was promoted to sergeant in 2007 and lieutenant in 2021. Todd has received several exceptional service awards, and again, working with Todd all these years, it's easy to see where he'd eventually end up. The deputy chief says you need to read the tea leaves, seeing a potential problem and solving it before it even surfaces. Todd became our provisional chief less than a year ago. He listened to the community and the officials and made simple changes, such as the extra car on Main Street, downtown foot patrol, showing up at meetings, and addressing issues from citizens all the way up to city officials. These small changes had an overwhelming positive impact. It goes without saying that the biggest part of this success is our patrol force also. Our supervisors do deserve some credit for keeping the train on the tracks. Their acceptance and support when Todd became our provisional chief made these changes possible. The positive feedback from the community is also greatly appreciated. It tells us that we are heading in the right direction. Stability is part of what brings us here today. The Greenfield Police Department has been on a roller coaster for the past few years. The patrol force we have provides us with a very strong base. With this appointment now, also we'll have a very strong top of the pyramid. I thank the city, the men and women of the police department, and the community for making this appointment. All the positive comments gives us that stability as we move forward. All gas, no brake. This is a common phrase you'll hear in our department. You can expect our department to keep pushing forward in the police department and be the police department that the community needs and deserves. I am proud to be here today to congratulate Todd on becoming our chief. Thank you. Our first speaker is both a public safety commissioner, along with being our first police civilian liaison. As our police liaison, she'll be working directly with our downtown officer. She'll be assisting us by bridging the gap between us, our businesses, and downtown people. Please welcome Police Civilian Liaison Maria Birch.
Good afternoon, everyone. When I was first asked to speak, I said, I will only do it if you get me a stool. Can you see me now? I'm not a public speaker, and this experience is very nerve-wracking. However, I decided to speak from my heart. My relationship with Todd started when we took a little walk, as a supervisor, rather. We took a little walk down Main Street, and we looked around and assessed the town, what it looked like. We shared our visions, and I realized that we shared the same visions for this town. We shared the same passion. So the idea of creating a liaison position, I jumped right at it. We are moving as a collaborative in a new direction. Sorry, I have to change my glasses. Using a new approach to build the trust that we need in this community. We recognize that to have an impact on this community, you need involve community members to bridge those communication gaps. Good relationships are built on trust, and we must collaborate to build that trust. I've been watching Chief Dodge, not only as a public safety commissioner, but as someone that has watched his career evolve, both. Anyways, here I go, stumbling again. As his public safety commissioner, I heard him say all these ideas that he was trying to implement. We need a leader to build trust within our community. The men and women of the Greenfield Police Department have persevered through a lot of negative stuff. The uncertainty of what a new leader could bring. Chief Dodge has brought stability and hope for a better future in Greenfield. We need a leader with courage and integrity. His compassion and dedication gives me hope for that change. And for that, we need a leader with forward thinking that will find a balance between community needs and public safety demands. I am proud to support Chief Todd Dodge as our permanent police.
Our next speaker is the chair of our Public Safety Commission. What to say, what to say.
There we go.
If you have ever watched the monthly public safety meetings, you'll see the energy this person puts in every meeting. One of his main goals is to educate and inform the public with all the current events and hot topics. He's in constant contact with us and even attends some of our trainings. He truly gives 110% of himself. Please welcome Chair of the Public Safety Commission, Dave Mascarettiolo.
Good evening, folks. I do want to thank Jenny for her support for public safety overall, not just the police department. Thank you. And I want to thank all of you folks that are here tonight celebrating Todd. I want to thank the public safety commissioners for their support also. There's 5 of us. There's a few things that impressed me about Todd. The first is his ability to lift 300 pounds while weightlifting. I don't know if that's
Is that why you're asking?
The second is his participation in the 90s as a fashion model. All kidding aside.
Legit.
All kidding aside. Over those past several months, as the temporary chief, Todd has been very proactive. He's increased the police presence downtown. He's added a public liaison, our wonderful Maria. He's developed a downtown office that's in production that will support 2 police officers. We have a creation of a community impact unit, which was really needed, and that's off and running. It's great. We've increased the co-response program by 3 full-time social workers. The co-response program, if you don't know about it, is an amazing program. These social workers are riding with our police officers. They are there helping folks, get the help they need. Getting them the mental support they need, or to the hospital. This is a wonderful program, and I'm so excited that it's taken off, and Todd is really doing a great job building that program. So these are really great proactive initiatives. This has all happened because of Todd's leadership, in his leadership style. He leads by letting people lead, participate, and collaboratively make decisions. Todd, of course, will have to make hard decisions at times, but he wants other people to make decisions and doesn't want to make them alone. And he knows to be successful, he needs to do that. He's empowering his staff. He's collaborating with other city departments. He's collaborating with the Public Safety Commission and the community. This path will ensure increased transparency, build trust within the department, and most importantly, build trust within the community. This is the type of leadership we need, and I believe Todd can deliver this. Todd and his family have a long-standing history living in Franklin County. They are invested in our community. He knows what our community needs, and I am thrilled to build a long-standing relationship with the police department and Todd Dodge, our new chief, and the community with public safety. And I thank you and congratulations.
I'm just getting to know our next speaker. He's been extremely supportive and friendly every time we talk. We have been a constant face at the city council meetings, and I am more than impressed with how he keeps order and all the procedures flowing so smoothly. And of course, yourself too. It's amazing. It's amazing how you know all the ins and outs. Please welcome Chair of the Greenfield City Council, John Todd.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here today. As both a musician and a teacher, I've witnessed many times that by coming together, we can achieve something greater than each individual part. I've also witnessed what happens when partnership and collaboration break down. Once it breaks down, it's hard to get it back. A kind word, a friendly overture is sometimes all that's needed to begin breaking down barriers. Chief Dodge started that work on day one. Every conversation, text, or email has reflected his desire to work together. The work Greenfield police officers do is difficult and often dangerous. This, in addition to continually wrestling with how to best adapt to a changing society, is an immense challenge. As a city councilor, I want to acknowledge that and express my respect for your service. I'm just one of 13 city councilors, and our individual experiences with law enforcement varies greatly. I was lucky in that my first experience was through my Uncle Don, who served first as a Marine, then 25 years as a cop in Illinois. Even as a kid, I was aware of some of his struggles and dangers on the job. Growing up, he helped me form my definition of integrity. Integrity, honesty, and the drive to solve problems together. That is what I see in Todd Dodge. Chief, thank you for your work and for stepping up in this difficult time for our city. Your goodwill has helped get us to a place I did not think possible just 7 months ago. On behalf of the Greenfield City Council, I congratulate you and wish you much success.
I didn't know what really to say about our final speaker. Ever since she took office, she and her office have been communicative and extremely supportive to our agency. The best thing I can say to you is publicly thank you for everything you've been doing for us. I truly appreciate it. Your support is noticed and greatly appreciated. It helps us on our journey to become the agency our city deserves. Please welcome Mayor Jenny Stork.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's an exciting day today. Chief Dodge brings a breath of fresh air to the city. He comes in with all kinds of wonderful ideas. He thought of the city liaison, Maria, the substation downtown, certainly we needed a downtown presence. Those were all his ideas. Chief Dodge leads with enthusiasm and kindness. He is the ultimate champion of the Greenfield Police Department and our city, always supporting his team and other departments with remarkable grace. In a short time, Dodge has already advanced several community-based initiatives that have brought great new energy to our city. It is an absolute honor for me to appoint Chief Dodge as the next police chief for the city of Greenfield. I look forward to seeing what this exciting new chapter will bring. Congratulations, Chief Dodge. Scott and Chief Dodge come up and she's going to administer the oath.
Detail. Attention. Present. On.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Todd M. Dodge,
I, Todd M. Dodge,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
and affirm
and affirm
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform
the
duties incumbent upon me
duties incumbent upon me
as the Chief of Police
as the Chief of Police
in the City of
in the
Greenfield
City of Greenfield
in good faith
in good faith
and to the best of my ability.
and to the best of my ability.
I, Todd M. Dodge,
I, Todd M. Dodge,
promise to impart
promise to impart
my professional standards
my professional standards
of quality and integrity so that the confidence of the affairs of my office shall be above reproach and merit public confidence in the position of Chief of Police. I, Todd M. Dodge,
I, Todd M. Dodge,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to uphold the Constitution of the United States
to uphold the Constitution of the United States
and the laws of the Commonwealth
and the laws of the Commonwealth
of Massachusetts
of Massachusetts
and the ordinances
and the ordinances
of the City of Greenfield,
of the City of Greenfield.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Yes, okay.
I just read your notes again. Those are babies. See, they're always running and stuff. You can't stop, huh? No breaks? Okay. Again, thanks everybody for coming. This is amazing. I couldn't imagine anything like this. I want to thank Judy and Janine. I know Janine was helping in the background trying to get this squared away. They're working behind the scenes as they commonly do to make this event happen. Much appreciated. Great job. I want to thank Matt Conway for creating a banner to advertise the event. And I apologize to everybody that I'm not actually the guy in it. That was a 20-year younger version of me, but so I apologize for that. Good pick. Thank God for file photos. It is me, believe it or not. It's not Photoshop, filter, or a glamour shot. It's just a Sergeant Dodge. Thanks to my honor guard, Sergeant Burlington, honor guard. Appreciate Lieutenant Green emceeing the event. He did very good, contrary to what I assumed. He's not good at public speaking, nor am I. Almost 3 decades ago, I became a police officer for the town of Greenfield. Obviously, things were very different back then. Back then, for police, training was very short, basically a couple weeks, and then you're out on your own, figure it out. Expectations were high, not necessarily with respect to police work, more so in the area of obedience. You must listen to your senior officers and your supervisors. That's basically how it was back then. Calls were rushed by supervisors. Hurry up, move on. And again, back then it was a time of quantity over quality. Now today we've grown into a big city. Training is much, much longer and standardized. That's a very good thing. Officers take more time on calls, and de-escalation attempts are mandatory, and they're no longer an option. It is now quality over quantity, and we will continue to push in this direction. It makes sense for us. Mental health has become a primary focus, not only in the field, but also for our very own officers. This is another really good thing. Oftentimes on calls, when we have some major incidents, it's what our supervisors' first thoughts are. Let's protect not only the people in the field, but also our officers. So it's a good change for us. Why did I become a police officer to begin with? Well, among other things, conversations with my big brother Chip made it clear that this profession was far more rewarding and exciting than factory work. I had my first child, Ethan, and wanted a career he could be proud of. I wanted to make things happen, not just make products for consumers. My second child, Avery, was born about a week after I graduated from the police academy. Therefore, they have both been a cop's kid their entire lives. Sorry about that, kiddos. Policing at the time was a highly respected profession back in the 90s. First day out, I realized this was a job I always wanted, and I never knew it. I just knew I wanted to get out of that factory. I was meant to do this type of work. The first call I went on was with Kevin Rowell, and that left me with a permanent smile on my face the minute those blue lights came on. I knew at that moment, I'm doing the right thing. This is what I always wanted to do. And I've been on so many calls since that day. I've seen people at their worst, and I've offered help. I've seen people at their best, and I've offered congratulations. I've watched some take their last breaths, despite rescue attempts. I've watched as breaths were returned to others because of rescue attempts. Police work is an emotional roller coaster ride, and I would choose this profession over and over again if I was to go back in time and do things over again. In 2007, I was promoted to sergeant and quickly realized I loved it. I was honored to receive that promotion from Chief David Gilbo, a true friend and mentor. Leadership, mentorship, and team building seemed to be my thing. Who knew? 2011, again in 2021, I was promoted to lieutenant and learned the depths of the administrative end of the police operation. Again, I was honored and I loved it. Also seemed to be my thing. Quite honestly, regardless of what rank I was at any point in time in my career, it always felt right, like the right place for me. I've always been proud to just be here, and I just love the job. Throughout my career, the PD experienced some serious ups and downs. In a short period, we had upwards of 5 different chiefs of police, and I had many other bosses. I took something from every supervisor I had ever worked for. But the most lessons I took, the best lessons I ever took was from the people I actually supervised. Those were the best lessons I had ever learned. That's when true learning comes in. Personally, I didn't agree with the style of many of my past supervisors, but I respected them nonetheless. It's a tough job, and personalities vary. All I could do was take the best qualities from each and try to implement them as my own. We all know what goes on in the country, and it pains me to hear our department at times get criticized for or feared for things we've never done. In fact, nobody gets angrier than our officers when other officers across the country are reckless and violate the public's trust. This is an absolute certainty. It's the most frustrating things for us. We are good people. The men and women who make up this department are fantastic people, and all of them have nothing but good intentions. They're educated people, they're family people. It seems there are people who simply dislike the police for no legitimate reason other than to spread hatred in the business, and I have no solution for them. I believe we do have solutions for those who are open-minded enough to listen and participate in collaborations with us, and I will take any amount of time needed to make those happen. I will fight to ensure we are open-minded. Do we make mistakes? Of course we do. To err is human, and contrary to what some think, we are just that. We're human. My promise, we'll work quickly to identify and correct our mistakes, and we'll be transparent about the entire process. We get nowhere by running and hiding from our problems, and that only tends to dig a deeper hole for us. We will take steps to be inclusive and progressive. All should feel comfortable working here, and all should feel comfortable offering their opinion as to how to do this properly. That includes you, community members. We will listen to you and work with you if you listen to us and work with us as well. Together, we'll make the Greenfield Police Department an agency that best fits the needs of this community. I want to acknowledge the other department heads with whom I quickly developed very productive relationships with. I look forward to our continued teamwork. I want to acknowledge Mayor DeSorger for believing in me. It will not soon be forgotten, and it certainly will not be taken for granted. I want to acknowledge my family, dad, moms. They are responsible, or to blame, for who I've become. Good and bad, and I thank them from the bottom of my heart. Things weren't always easy. In fact, things at times were seemingly impossible, but we made it, and we made it together. I learned a lot of life lessons from them. I want to thank my brother Chip for planting this seed to begin with. Thanks for that. He's always been my big brother, and Chip is a true leader of them. To my children, I love you more than I can put into words. And you've taken almost the entire ride with me, including riding on the police Harley many, many times. Shh. If it wasn't for you, I truly don't believe I would ever fought back from adversity quite so hard or quite so quickly. You propelled me forward without even knowing it. Silas, my main man, my pride and joy and the light of my life. Papa loves you, and I love that you're proud of your papa for being a police officer and now chief. I love that you dress up like a police officer at Halloween. I love you, little man. Jody, all I can say is I can't believe you made it this far. You've been through a lot, and I apologize for the ups and downs, and thank you for your patience and understanding. Being a public servant / first responder significant other is no easy undertaking. To the men and women of the Greenfield Police Department, past and present, I love all of you like family because that is truly what you are. We've argued and fought, and we've laughed and cried together. I've learned so much from each one of you, and I hope you've gotten the same from me. Now it's time to get down to business and do the work. We're not only going to say it, we're also going to get it done. Onward and upward. Thank you very much.